Yuckmouth says apparently there is a diss track out there that Drake made. But he's not even talking about Pusha. He's talking about Kanye. BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? So, yeah, so Yuckmouth. For everybody that doesn't know, Yuckmouth, rapper from the East Coast, from the West Coast, pardon me. I think he's from the Bay. I'm pretty sure he's from the Bay. Yeah, he had a couple of tracks I heard him on that he was killing. Like he was like them shits was fire. Don't get it confused. But anyway, so I believe he was part of Rap A Lot Records at one time or another, and Rap A Lot Records, as he was describing, really isn't Rap A Lot Records anymore. Like they don't really exist anymore. They've changed it to some other, because Jay Prince passed it on to his son. I'm guessing, he said Jazz. I think that's his son. Anyway, so he says he heard, well, not him, but some of his people heard the Drake diss. The Drake going at Kanye. Now, before I even get into whatever the hell, isn't he beefing with Pusha T? Drake is beefing with Pusha T, right? I mean, isn't that the narrative that we keep hearing? Drake, Pusha, battle? Then why would Drake make a diss song about Kanye? It's kind of like there was a plan and Kanye was helping to mastermind it by holding Pusha's album until the summer he was going to drop his album. Anyway, so I don't know. Who knows, right? So Drake makes a diss album towards Kanye. And before we go any further, once again, I do not think that Drake is a whack rapper. But there's a difference between being a rapper and being an MC. It's just a difference. If you're a rapper, you're just reading words. If you're an MC, you're creating atmosphere. It's just different. So anyway, Drake has this explosive Kanye diss song, but that's not the most of it. And this is the part that I think people are missing because this information has been out here for a couple of days. I've been looking on the interwebs. I really haven't heard anybody really explaining what this means. It means something that Drake makes a diss album, a diss song to go at Kanye West, who he's not even supposed to really be beefing with. He's supposed to be beefing with Pusha T. And not only is he going at Kanye West, but he's going at a lot of other people in the industry. None of them being Pusha T. He'll push a button, but he wouldn't push a T. Shame, shame, shame. Anyway, point being, there is a reason for this. For everybody that thinks that Drake don't care about that Pusha T song, he got millions. People that don't have anything, that's not fair. People that don't live inside of their means, so they're constantly in terrible debt, seem to always think money solves all problems. That's better, right? That's a better way to put it. I'm thinking that's a better way to put it. Because Drake has spent over 10 years crafting an image. Meticulously crafting an image. What would make you think that he doesn't care about his image? He's being called two of the worst things that you can call an individual. Really, like three. One is, he's being called a racist, whatever about that, because of the blackface. So he's coon, you know. Yeah, coon. Black people do not like being called coons, for everybody that doesn't know. And they also really don't like when they've done coon shit and you call them on it. I mean, that's worse than just being called a coon. Because if you're being called a coon and you're not a coon, you could just be like, whatever, nigga, and go about your business. But if somebody is calling you a coon and they kind of have the receipts, they have the evidence, it's like, yo, what are you bringing that up for? Let me do a press conference. So he's being called a coon. Right? He's also being called not just, they keep saying deadbeat dad, but he's not being called really a deadbeat dad, everybody. Please stop saying that. He's not a deadbeat dad. He's there. He's financially supporting the child from what I hear and the woman from what I hear. But he's ashamed of them. So all y'all women out here, how would you feel if the father of your child was ashamed of you and your child? How would you feel? I'm just curious. Please leave it down in the comment section. Whether you think this is Drake's position or not, please leave it in the comment section. I want to know how you would feel if you had a child with a man and that man was ashamed to let anyone know that that child was his or that you bore that child. I want to know how you would feel about that. Because that's basically what the Drake situation is with the child and the young lady. He's not financially supporting them. He's financially supporting them or keeping them quiet, which way you want to put it. But he is also saying, you stay all the way over there. All the way over there. We're going to get these 10-foot poles, about 80 of them. We're going to tape them together. I'm going to be at one end and you're going to be at the other. How about that? That works. That's what Drake is doing. So, no, he's not a deadbeat dad. Please stop calling him that. Also, another thing that you could say is that he just doesn't like half of who he is. So he's a coon for the black side, right? He's cooning for the black side, and the Jewish side, he just doesn't even want to acknowledge exists. So I don't know what's going on with this guy. It sounds like he hates himself. But who am I to say that? I mean, even if there's evidence, still who am I to say that? So just looked at my clock. It should say 4:20. Whatever. So, point being is this. Drake makes a diss song. He's going at Kanye. Not the guy who went after him. That's like... That's like you have a... There's like a rumble and shit, right? Like some big fight, like you and your team, you and your squad, you and your gang, y'all get into a beef with another gang squad team. So y'all all meet up for the big rumble, like West Side Story shit with no dancing. And there's the guy that beat you up, right? Standing directly ahead of you, looking you in your face. The shit jump off, everybody starts running towards each other, and you beeline it for his little brother over there on the crutches. His little brother over there on the crutches. You beeline it to kick his ass, making sure that you get away from the guy that actually whooped your ass's contact. You don't want no contact with him. He's done whoop your ass once. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna go after the kid in the crutches. That's what Drake is doing. Drake is going after the easiest target because as much as he likes to brag about how he's the best MC, as much as he likes to brag about how he's the greatest ever, he's like, well, I don't want to have to prove it. Why should I have to prove it? Like, that's really, really, that's how you giving it up, Drake. So anyway, so he has this right, and I'm gonna tell you why I believe that he has it, because Drake is, his whole thing is being emotional. I don't see in any universe where when Drake did decide to come after whoever he was going to decide to come after, it wasn't going to be an emotional romp through Tearville. Whenever he was writing that rap, he was probably crying all over. I don't even think they use paper no more. I think he just does it on his phone. So he's just like crying all over his phone. He had to keep wiping the phone, the front of the phone, keep wiping it to get the damn tears off of it. And Drake was just, yeah, I could just imagine. He's like blubbering, snots coming out his nose while he's trying to read back the lyrics. People in there patting him on the back. It's going to be okay, Drake. Don't worry about it. Give him some water. He says, oh, he yelling. Give him some water. You got somebody else like rubbing his feet. I'm just saying. Look, man. Drake's whole thing is about being emotional, right? He's always trying to say guys need to be in more contact with their emotions. I'm guessing when he's talking to the women, that's what he's saying. I don't know. But he's a really emotional rapper. There's no way in the world you could tell me what Pusha T did to him, didn't have him in the bathroom talking about he's okay. Shouting that shit through the door about how okay he is. Anyway, yeah, I want to know what you guys think about this. Like, one, ladies, how would you feel, seriously, if some dude got you pregnant, but he was ashamed of you and the baby? He paid all your bills. Not he couldn't be there. Not he didn't want to be there. He was ashamed of you and the baby. How would you feel? But he is coming out the pocket, making sure you living, you're not starving. Making sure you're not starving. You know what I'm saying? He don't got you in the fucking in the Hilton or nothing like that. But you got a nice little apartment somewhere. You're not starving. You got a little bit of clothes. Your rent's paid. But you better stay away. Because I don't want nobody to know I had sex with you. How would you feel? And also, who else agrees that if Drake did write a verse and they also said it was going to end Kanye's marriage. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, how is he going so hard at Kanye? See, this is the proof. This is what I'm telling you. I already got like 2 videos out, and it's talking about how this was calculated, how they planned this over a year's time. They planned this. I don't understand how people can't see that this was planned. Anyway, so who thinks that this was, because I think this was an emotionally fueled rap. I believe he wrote it. And they said that if it would have came out, it would have ruined his career. His rap career would have been over. He would have been done. Nobody would have worked with him. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like, that's what Yuck Mouth said. But that sounds like the same thing that I said like 3 days before I made this video. It sounds like the same thing that I said like 3 days before this video. It does, right? Was it 3 days or 4 days? But it was a couple of days ago. I said the same thing. I had people coming in the comment section talking about, I don't know what I'm talking about. I had one guy try to explain to them freaking critical thinking and how it's important. And they, and they started like, I don't know what's wrong with y'all people. Why does everybody always have to have all the information in order for you to believe anything? Like, how do you get through life? Like, how do you get through life if you don't believe anything unless you can physically see it at that moment? Like, it's this thing called critical thinking, y'all. We got to work on that. Like, these schools, I don't know what these schools is doing. I'm not saying we need to get rid of lunch, but obviously people are spending too much time at lunch and gym and not enough time in the classrooms. I mean, critical thinking is important, y'all. Anyway, so I believe that there's a diss rap. I don't understand why it has nothing about Pusha, but it has everything about Kanye, enough to ruin his marriage. And other people in the industry, but not Pusha, pardon me. He's coming at everybody in the industry, but not Pusha T, the guy who went at him. Am I the only one that thinks that this sounds cowardice? I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks this sounds cowardice. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Hug the kids for me. Take care of each other. I haven't forgot you. That's all I got on this one. I'm out.